Ron going on a Ron page, and Vinny bears it all and even makes his mama cry a little. Don't go anywhere. You're watching AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, everybody? It is Jersey. We are fist pumping today, and we have a great show for you guys. This episode, I mean, we always say that Jersey Shore is a great episode, but I'm telling you, this episode was actually really good. Totally.
It was hilarious.
I don't know about you guys. I was on my seat the whole time. I kept, like, my mouth is open. I kept saying, oh my God, everyone around me was looking and was like, why is this girl being loud and annoying? But overall thoughts of the show, guys. And let me introduce, first of all, we have our beautiful fill-in today, but you're not just a fill-in, okay? You're a part of the show. But Nakia and DJ both couldn't be here today, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Samantha. I host on The Good Place, which happens on Thursdays as well. And you can find me at @storyof_Samantha.
What's up, guys? My name is Benny, and this episode was crazy as in good, on the edge of my seat. Like you said, we pretty much got like a front row seat to watch the Chippendales, and everything was just, it was all out there.
Yeah, it really was. And I'm your host, Justine, and we have a great show for you guys. Honestly, yeah, overall thoughts of this episode for me, I think was, wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really good. It was really entertaining. Yeah. And you know, they're very entertaining, but a lot. I feel like lately we've been seeing everyone just kind of hang out and play around, and it's just fun to see the cast do that. But this, like, stuff actually happened.
This was actually Jersey Shore. This is what we've come to know and love. This was like an OG episode of Jersey Shore.
Find the hottest Guido and take
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let's go find the hottest Guido.
We felt like it was a little slow at parts, but then it just hit us. It kept hitting us, and we were like, oh, we can't wait for this part or this drama to happen, and then like Ron's rampage, and then it didn't happen, and so like I enjoyed it a lot because, like you said, it kept us on the edge of our seat, and like, we totally were waiting for more.
Yeah, and don't go anywhere because we have our special segment like we do every week, and we also have our news and gossip. So stay tuned for that, and we have an overall great show. So jumping into it, luckily we don't have like too much Ron drama because I feel like that honestly overpowers the entire episode. I think every episode is about Ronnie and his drama. But this episode took a little twist, and it was more so about Vinny. But let's jump into what we do have about Ron. Ron basically is not living a double life, but acting like a different person, supposedly to Jen and his baby mama and to the roommates, which I love that they call each other roommates, by the way, because they're not even roommates anymore. But so he's basically... Jen said that Ron went to Cabo. I wrote it all down, that he went to Cabo. He blocked her from everything and is MIA. And Ron was on the phone the entire time texting. It was even like that the last episode. What were you guys thinking when you heard this message? Because she texted Angelina, which out of anybody, I thought that was a little weird. Yeah. But what were your thoughts on that whole situation?
This is where I think this is an act. Like, I don't know if I just have negative vibes toward Jen or not, but I totally agreed with Dina. She was like, is this an act? I don't know if, like, we should believe this. But the way that Ron's acting, he needs to be honest with his roommates, and, like, that's where it gets a little shady. But I'm still on Ron's side right now. I know everyone's kind of leaning onto Jen's, but, like, once he opens up about the truth, he's going to, like, you know, slam it in there, and we're going to be like, yeah, Ron's back. We got you. So
yeah, I'm 100% on Ron's side, and like this is how I'm thinking about it. Everyone wanted Ron to stop talking to Jen. You know, they wanted him to end the relationship.
Wow.
So he stopped talking to her. So I don't understand why they're making a big deal about it.
Because it's drama. And JWoww, as long as it's drama that doesn't involve her, she's all about it.
And she's was all about so in the wrong for doing all of that. She was so in the wrong.
So, basically Angelina, well, it was just weird that Jen texted Angelina, and Jenny, we saw last episode, basically grabbed the phone out of Angelina's hands. This episode, JWoww called her out. She's like, well, I know your code, So obviously Angelina was feeding into it.
She played a part,
Yeah, they were feeding into it, but they're all basically saying that they don't think Ronnie's sober. And to me, when I saw this, I was confused. I was like, just because Jen is saying Ron's missing, one does not mean he's sober. Like, don't, like, I wouldn't, maybe he's not, but it's just not, like, okay to mess with someone's sobriety, like, when they're really, you know,
Right.
even if they're trying, even if he's not, like, it's still something that you want to take lightly, because you don't want anything to happen or that to trigger them in any way. But I just thought it was so weird that everyone talks so much crap about Jen, and now all the roomies are all about the drama. And like you said, I'm sorry, what makes them believe anything this girl is saying?
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like,
Exactly.
maybe he's missing. Maybe he's not talking to them because he's working on his sobriety, because he's doing what the roomies told him to
The
do.
girl
Right,
dragged
exactly.
him off from a car on the street, you know? So I'm not surprised that he stopped talking to her and he went to Cabo. He went somewhere far away.
Yeah, get as far away from her as far. Like, he should go back to Cabo because she's in Vegas. Like, get away.
It's hard to know exactly what's going on, because maybe Jen is telling the truth and Ronnie's texting and acting crazy because he was on his phone. Like, we don't know, but the fact that the roomies completely jump and, like, listen to Jen is a little surprising. I know that they have, you know, Ronnie. It's been a tough relationship with everyone because he's not always truthful to them. So, yeah, I agree with you guys.
I just feel like Jen or Jay Wow wanted Jen to go out with them, and I think that was the ultimate like motive for this whole situation, because they wanted to see like what would actually happen if she was in their face, and then they're gonna base everything off of that, which is like super drama, right? But I don't know.
And see, that's not cool, because
Ron's your brother.
and the guy is very fragile right now. He's dealing with his sobriety. You know, bringing Jen into the picture, that's gonna mess him up like no other.
Totally.
And that might get him to start drinking if he hasn't started drinking already.
I was going to say, to me, that right there almost shows that the roommates don't take his sobriety seriously.
Yeah.
Mike, they know he's a drug, you know, he was into drugs and everything else that he was in. It almost seems like they don't really believe Ronnie. Like, I think they think, this is just like my speculation, it seems like they don't take his sobriety the same as Mike's. They look at it very different. That's just kind of the way I feel. I think it was just so wrong that Jenny invited Jen to Vinny's show. Like, it actually confused me, and what surprised me the most was Paulie being like, "Oh, did he say savage?" Or he said he was basically saying, "Oh, it was like gangster and stuff." Like, he was like hugging her about it. I was so confused. What did you think about that when you saw Paulie go in and talk to J-Wow?
I thought it was weird. That's like, they're supposed to be like brothers and boys. Like, Paulie should have been the one to say, you know, hey, let's put a plug on this and let's stop this and let's just actually talk to Ron face to face and see what's going on, instead of doing all this crazy stuff behind his back. You know, and
I'm hoping it's the show making them, and they're not just doing this to him.
Well, and I feel like JWoww thinks that she can do this, and they even said it on TV that she said that Ron talks to her ex, so why is it a big deal if she talks to Jen? But I think it's very different though.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Vinny would have been the one to be like, hey, that was a bad call. And so since it was Paulie in this situation, like, you know, he's the prank master. Like, this is going to go on. This is like something
he's the prank war champion.
Like, he's going to love the extra drama.
It's so funny because Paulie's not dramatic. So
he's very good at removing himself and just watching.
I think he thinks this is funny. That's what I think. I think he thinks it's hilarious. I don't think it's funny, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see if it turns out to be funny when she actually comes down.
Well, yeah, the whole Jen situation, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that next week, hopefully. But, you know, that whole situation kind of died down, and we get into the real episode with Vinny and being a stripper at Chippendales. Like, this whole situation is so funny. Angelina, I quoted, she was like, "I wouldn't want to see my son strip. It's very weird," because who comes? But Vinny's mom comes to see his premiere of him stripping at Chippendales. What would you guys want your mom to come see you if you were a stripper?
No.
Like I'm really being serious.
I'm being dead serious. No, absolutely 100% no.
Like for us as female, would it be like our dad coming to see us?
So
like
weird.
no, like please
So
do not.
weird.
Like I can't. No.
It is so weird to me because I feel like they're really close. Like they're weirdly close. I think not weirdly. That's not. I don't mean to sound like that. But like I'm close to my family, but they're almost like intertwined. Like they know every single like aspect of each other and know what each other does. Yeah, when you put that in that sense, I do feel like it's a little different for some reason. If a dad went to see his daughter stripper than a mom seeing her male stripper, I don't know why. I feel like it's different, and I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not saying I would want that.
Right.
Trust me, I am not saying that.
I don't know why either, but I completely agree with that. It is a little bit weirder for a dad to see his daughter strip,
Right?
than a mom to see her son strip. And I don't know why.
I don't either. If you guys in the comments know why you
Let
think
us
it's
know.
so
Yeah.
much weirder, it could be a society thing. You know, I mean, that's a whole other conversation to talk about. But yeah, I'm interested to know if you guys have any. I just threw this in my face. I'm interested if you guys have any idea of why it's so different. But yeah, so the prank war champion decides to bring in Uncle Nino, and we don't get to see him fully this episode. We have to stay tuned for that next week, but we did get to see him strolling on in, taking off his pants, and like literally I could see how uncomfortable Vinny was because the camera just kept panning in on his Speedo and his crotch. Like it kept getting a close-up, and he would take his pants and he was just like talking and not making any sense. Like, how did you feel as a male in that straight male?
I give it to the guy. He seemed very comfortable in his skin. He seemed happy. He just seemed like he was having the time of his life. So I give him props and I give him kudos. It was very interesting to see, especially because they, like you said, they kept on zooming in on that area.
Weird.
I'm like, how many times are they gonna do that? And then at one point you saw, it was
The imprint.
it was a lot. Yeah,
I did that. And he's like throwing his hands up and he's naked. What did you think?
It was outrageous. I mean, I love it because it's him. He's so true to himself. Like, you can't hate on him for that.
You can't.
But, like, you know what he said? He's the Saturday Night Fever of, like, Strippendales.
Oh, that's so funny you said that because I actually, like, didn't even know what he was saying. So I'm really glad that you grasped that because I'm just excited to see what they show next week because they were literally doing, like, up close of his crotch and he was in the back dressing room. Yeah. So, you know.
Vinny's gonna faint or something crazy. Like, he's
they should just do, like, a little dance together.
I'm so excited now. Like this.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
45 years old. I'll dance with you. It's hilarious. You know what I mean?
Right. I would watch that.
I remember that episode, by the way. I remember that episode saying, and he doesn't care. You could be fat and ugly, whatever. I'll dance with you. And I think they're at Karma. So that's the old Jersey
Karma.
Shore.
That's when they would like go crazy.
Well, it's sad because I'm from Jersey and I grew up at the Jersey Shore basically, and I never went to Karma.
Really?
No. Or Bamboo. I never went there. I wasn't old enough when I used to go there. But that's a whole other different story. Yeah, so the part that I thought was really funny was how Vinny's mom was crying.
Yes.
So
I know.
I just thought that was the funniest thing. Is at first I was like, is she crying because she's embarrassed? Is she crying because she's upset? Like, wow, this is my son. I'm crying because I'm weird. And we did get to see her say, I'm just so proud. And everyone's hugging her. I think a lot of it was clips. I don't think that she was crying because they made it seem like she was crying literally the entire time.
Yeah,
I think it was clips. But when you watched that and you saw her crying, like, what were your thoughts?
So this is my take on it. I think that we've never seen Vinny like this before. Vinny is very he's more of like an introvert, I feel. So when I saw him like on the stage, I was like, who is this guy? Like, this is really cool. And so for his mom to see that, because she's probably not used to seeing him like that also, that's probably why she was crying. Like, he looked like he had so much confidence up there.
Yeah.
He looked like he was having so much fun out there.
He really did.
And so I think that's why she was crying, because she was like, "Oh, my little boy, like, you know, he's finally he's coming into himself." So I don't think it was like the stripping part, but he was just having fun, and he was
doing his own thing.
Yeah, he was doing his own thing, and he's making a name for himself. And I think that was the main thing why I think that was a proud moment for her. Because
it's always been Vinny with the crew. You know, he hasn't really had anything to himself. And what did you think about it?
I mean, it's the Keto Guido. Like, if I was his mom, I would, like you said, I would feel the same way. Like, his confidence like exuded like beyond.
Yeah.
And so for him to do something like that, that's totally out of character for him. And so, you know, thank God for this show, because now he's actually evolving into himself, which he never got to do on the regular Jersey Shore.
Yeah, he was always like, I think who took this, like, who blew up the most was like Snooki situation, Pauly D.
Yeah, and then he comes back all sexy, like, oh, like,
hello, okay, Vinny. I love Guidos. Oh, I miss Snooki. That made me miss Snooki. Well, that's gonna be in, well, not predictions, but I want to see more Snooki. But I just thought it was hilarious how he enters by kicking down the door. He's cursing, like, he's like, it almost is like so funny, because I thought, like, I would probably be more reserved if I knew my parents were out there. But the fact that, like, he kicks it down, I was just so surprised. He's cursing. His mom's in the audience. Like, I was in shock. Were you guys surprised by Vinny's moves?
He got butt naked.
Yeah, like, I loved it.
He did.
He was in a shower, like, literally nothing on but a towel. I thought he at least had something in front. He didn't even have anything in front because they blurred it out. So I'm like, oh wow, he's actually butt naked. And
he's like in the he
got into it.
But I love how confident. I thought he would be a little apprehensive just because of everything we were saying, and he was never really like the star of the show. But I really do like how they incorporated parts of Jersey Shore. You remember when I don't know if it was before he came out, but they had the subtitles on, and they had little clips of him on the show, which I like how they incorporated that. But I thought it was hilarious because Angelina was like, I don't want to see Vinny, but I'm okay with all these other guys. She says she's lying. Love Angelina more than anything, but that is a lie, girlfriend. She was all bothered by all the guys. Even Dina was like, this girl is like having an orgasm on the floor, like watching all this. What were your guys' thoughts on Angelina not wanting to see Vinny?
She wanted to see him, and it was like, you could at least admit that, like, a little bit, right? Like, you clearly were hot and bothered. I know there's other guys on the stage, but like, he's your guy. You can be like, oh, look at you, like, say it in a nice way.
He looked hot. So like, what do you mean you're looking away? Like, come on.
You can say it in a, like, you know.
And people who usually do that, who are really going out of their way to say, like, oh, I don't want to see him, I don't want to see him, I don't want to see him do that, they really want to see him.
Yeah. If she didn't, she would just be like, oh, look, Vin's doing a good job. But no, like, she almost didn't want to look, because she knew she'd be, like, turned on or something.
Because you have to take into account JWoww, for example. You know, that's her brother, but she, at the same time, she's not saying, oh my God, this is gross, I don't want to look at him, I don't want to be here.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Well, speaking of JWoww, she gets called up on the stage, which I was completely surprised about. I still wonder why they didn't have Angelina go up, because, I mean, as you guys all saw, Jenny basically got a lap dance. I wrote it down here. Vinny was grinding on her, bending her over, doing the Jersey Turnpike, puts his underwear, like, she's putting his underwear on for him, and he, like, grabs her hand down her pants. Like, there was, like, a lot going on, and Jenny was disturbed. She's like, this is my little brother. Why Jenny? Why not Dina? And why not Angelina? What do you guys think?
I feel like Dina would have been too, like, proper and, like, not gone into it, because she takes her relationship very seriously. So she's like, no, like, she stays in the lane, doesn't go out of the lane. Angelina, I think Vinny would have felt uncomfortable. So he was like, she might do something, play too much along with
loves
me.
her.
Or maybe what happened is they actually did try to get Angelina, but she turned it down because she would say like, oh, this is too much. No. You know, I can see that going on. JWoww, she's single. So she's not hurting anyone.
She's dating 24.
Oh yeah, 24. That's right. Yeah.
I love the random or the Jersey Shore.
They haven't met
bites.
yet, have they? The roommates in 24. Right?
I don't know.
Well, she was FaceTiming him in this episode, so I think the girls just know about him so far.
Well, we're not leaving Angelina out because she did end up going on stage. She had no underwear on. Dina was like, do not go. Like, Dina seemed like she was the parent. She's like, absolutely not. Do not go up there. Angelina was like, I love her. She's like, whatever. I'm going to go. The way she's like, whatever. I'm going to go up there. Like, I don't even care. I have no underwears on. She went up there and basically they said, what is your favorite sex position? And she like stood over. She didn't have to stand over this guy. She could have walked and sat on him another way, but not directly on his face. I don't think she did on purpose. I think it's Angelina, and she was just like, I don't have underwear on. Okay, what do I do next?
So first of all, Angelina did everything that her fiance told her not to do. Literally everything that he told her not to do.
He still loves her.
But at the same time, she's having fun.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything wrong. She's not hooking up with anyone.
Yeah.
She's having fun just like all the other girls are having fun. So, you know, I don't know.
That's what I was going to ask. Well, I want to hear what you have to say about that first, and then I have a question for you guys.
I feel, I mean, she was having fun. I feel like there would, like you said, there could have been a better way to, like, go around the situation.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, having her, like, pantyless over this guy's face. So, like, there's definitely ways to make it more. I don't know. If I'm in a relationship and my boyfriend was like, don't do X, Y, and Z, I probably would have been like, okay, but still had fun. Yeah. Like, I still would have done it, but there's a classy way to do it. But she's not classy.
No, I totally agree. And what's so funny, too, about, like, Angelina and Dina's relationship, I did Angelina and Dina's makeup for the MTV Awards, and the way they are is like exactly how they're in person. Because when I was talking to Dina's like, oh, Angelina's late. Like when Angelina's like all over the place, like having fun, Dina's like, oh yeah, Angelina, you gotta calm down. Like it was literally the exact same thing of what you see. So I always like to like say that because they're real. Like they're real people. Like it's not an act. Like they are legitimately who they are, and it's so funny to see that actually translate on camera. So yeah, we love them for who they are. I think that I wouldn't care. This is the thing. I don't understand. Guys go to bachelor parties, they go to strip clubs all the time. If my boyfriend was like, I'm going to a strip club, like as long as they're not like hooking up with the person, this is just me. I wouldn't care. What would you guys care about in that situation?
Man, that's hard. That's so hard
because you're not like cheating. They're just there.
Yeah, but at the same, I don't know. Like
really,
I'm split on it.
Like, would you be mad if your girlfriend did what Angelina did? And
yes.
Really?
Yes. With no panties on and she's going over him? Yeah, hands down, I'd be mad.
Okay.
Hands down. Now, if she was just there hanging out with the girls and a guy came up to her and just started dancing on her, fine, whatever. But if she's going out of her way, not wearing panties, but going over his face, sitting down, or making like sitting down motions,
they didn't hook up. They didn't get each other's number. Like it was just like a fun event. She didn't have underwear on. Like he's never gonna see her again. Like who cares?
It's still very personal though.
I guess I'm just a.
Like
I don't know. I'm a wild one then.
I feel like that's something that only your other half should see.
So what are your thoughts on this?
I kind of agree. I'm like in between. I kind of like to play with both sides. So
you guys are wrong. No, I'm kidding. No,
I would like if my this is hard. Like I understand. Like I wouldn't want someone to see my hoo-ha. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if there's ways to not be as like out like personal. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like you're having fun and you're drinking. Like you can't, like sometimes things just happen and you're not hooking up with anyone. You're not like taking your top off. you know, so the whole audience sees, you know. It was just that one guy at the one moment, and she was like, oops. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that you're kind of playing both sides. I mean, I went to a strip club with my ex, like together, we both did.
Yeah,
so like
I've
to
definitely
me,
done that.
Yeah, so
That's
to
like
me,
an
it's
event.
like, it's like fun.
Yeah,
But
if you're together, then I don't think that's a big deal whatsoever.
oh yeah, no, it's But even if you're not together, as long as you're not doing it, I'm
But
kidding.
I'm also like super jealous at the same time. So then I'd be like, I don't know.
Right?
It would have to like happen and then see what happens to me in that moment.
Well, yeah. I think we all let us know in the comments who you agree with. If you agree with us, like what would you do in that situation? But it is now time to get into our special segment, and that is our Spiral Squad.
Yes.
And what that is, so we can explain because you've never done our Spiral Squad before. We just go who we think spiraled the most. So you know how Ron's always spiraling?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be Ron. It could be anybody. So if you want to start off, Benny, who do you think spiraled?
Are you crazy?
Angelina.
You
Hands
think?
down, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're really big on this no underwear
Yeah.
stripper
Are
thing.
you kidding me? Hands down, she spiraled the milk. Well, I already picked Angelina, so yeah, I'm not gonna pick anyone else. But yeah, she hands down spiraled.
To me, I would say Jay Wow.
That's what I was gonna say.
Totally
Yeah.
like bounced out of her like lane. Like she didn't do anything you would expect her to do. She totally was all about the drama.
Yeah.
She was clearly tequilaed out. So, you know, things happened.
No, I honestly 100% agree with you, and I think it's I think JWoww takes the cake this week.
Yeah.
And if we want to get into some news and gossip, Benny,
Yes, we do want to get into some news and gossip. So as we all know, Mike, the situation.
TV News.
Yes. Mike, the situation, he is out of prison officially, and he and Lawrence had their first date.
he
Look at
looks
them.
so good. He has muscles in his arms.
Yeah.
He literally he did a 180. He looks like the old situation.
Do you know why he looks so good? Because he was working out. He was talking to people, and he was working out 2 to 3 times a day.
Wow.
2 to 3 times.
2 to 3 times.
I mean, I guess
a
what
day.
else do you have to do? Well,
Exactly.
I don't know.
But he was also saying that since he left prison, he is a completely changed man.
Oh, I love Mike.
He also for his better body that he has now, he fasted as well, and he just
In jail?
yeah,
He didn't eat?
yeah,
What?
yeah.
God, jail's already hard as it is.
They just
Right.
always look so genuinely happy together. It just makes you feel so
Yeah.
good. I
they're
love
college
it.
So
sweethearts.
that was their first date since he was out of prison.
He looks like the old situation. It's trust me, I'm happy for him. He looks great, but it's a little scary. So when I see these pictures, I don't see the inspiration. I see freaking season 1 Mike or season 2 or 3 banging his head in Italy. That's what I see.
Guess how much weight he lost?
I don't know how many.
30. Oh, she almost got it. What were you
I
gonna
was gonna say
say?
40 pounds.
35 pounds. 5 off. You were close. Crazy, right?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. He's looking like headbanging Italy guy right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I like that he's nice and looks like that. Because you know what's so weird is on season 6, he was sober, but he was still like an ass.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you know what I mean? I think, who knows? That's a whole other episode. The progress of Mike the Situation, we can make literally a whole other show on
Right.
Mike the Situation. Yeah, but until then, yeah, I think that, do we have any other news?
Yeah, well, I do have a special announcement that I
Yes.
want to tell everyone. We here at AfterBuzz TV just want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And in order for us to grow, we need your help. So if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us, and we just want to continue to learn and grow. So go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing, and we will continue to give you guys good, amazing content.
Yes, thank you, Benny, and thank you so much for filling in.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This was a blast. This
Honestly,
was fun.
We loved having you.
We really did. Thank you so much. If you want to let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at story_of_Samantha.
And I am BennyjAdams. You can find me on all social media at BennyjAdams. And on Wednesdays, you can catch me on the Challenge After Show.
And I'm Justine, and you can find me on Instagram at Justine DiVanna. Thank you guys so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. We love you guys. And until next week, we have some Uncle Nino coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And you definitely don't want to miss some Uncle Nino stripping. So until next week, we will see you guys then.
See you guys later.
Bye.
My tagline is I'm your girl's favorite DJ.
I'm your girl's favorite DJ.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.